Hey folks, it's Neil. Let's do a mix. Last time we were here, we were routing through the console emulations, etc. Right now I'm going to work on the drums. Let's pull them up here as a group. Let's take a listen here. Sound pretty good as a rough mix right there, but we need to clean that up a good bit. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a listen to these kicks here. Undo the group, the kick in. Let's go ahead and wipe out some of that low end. Actually, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put this entire group here through a Studer A800 from Universal Audio. Reason I'm doing that is to soften a little bit of the transients, kind of bring out some color. I'm going to copy those onto each track. For the stereo as sibilance stereo here, we'll use the same thing. I'm going to pull it up here, get these copied over. Now I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to group them, gang the channels, gang the controls. I'm going to pull down the hum and hiss pretty low. I like to keep it in a little bit. I know you're not supposed to probably, but whatever. Let's listen to it with and without. Here's without. And with. Right. It's not a lot of difference, but let's pull it into the 250 style tape and at 30 EPs. Let's try it again. Yeah, I like it. Let's drive it a little bit more. Good. Once I'm happy with that, usually what I do, I'll take the entire group, Shift, Control, Option, or Shift, Option, right click, commit up to this insert. Consolidate clips. Yes, I want those all done. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. We have all of these committed. I have renamed them out of their crazy names to something that is more easy to see. So let's now take a listen to them again. Now I'm going to start sculpting this thing here. So first off, I'm going to take a Fabfilter Pro-Q2. That's usually the one I like to use most. You can use anything really. I just like this one. I usually keep it in the natural phase. I'm going to low cut this. Get some of that nasty stuff out of it. All right, that low end stuff will get you in the long run, so we got to get rid of it. Great. I'm going to pull in a little bit of the UAD Helios EQ. Let's listen to that with and without. Good. I'm also going to compress that with the 1176 from UAD. This is not sponsored by UAD, by the way. I just like their plugins a lot. Listen to that again. I'm just pulling a little bit of the attack away just to control it a little bit. That's going to be it for that guy. Let's listen to the kick out. We're going to do about the same thing here. I'm going to get rid of that low end. I'm going to grab, let's say, a Neve. Why not? Same idea. Let's look in here. Usually there's a pretty good preset to start with on these as well. We have kick drum. Let's see what we got. I'm going to turn it off. We'll listen to it. Sounds okay. Let's pull it in with the other. Great. Let's check and listen to the snare. Snare top is usually where a lot of the sound comes from on a snare. Be careful with this guy. I'm going to take out the low end. Good. As before, I'm going to use the Helios from UAD on this top snare. We can take a look at some presets as well. Hey, safe snare, why not? Let's try it. Off first. On. Off. On. Yeah. I'm not going to move that very much. I think that that's good. He's pulling a little bit of the 700 hertz out, boosting at 120 on the bottom shelf, adding some 10K here. Very good. I'm going to definitely add in an 1176 on that. So let's use the old Rev E. Yeah, we'll look at a preset for this too. Andy Johns, why not? He's good enough for Zeppelin, good enough for here. Let's take a look at this and we'll change it around a bit here. It's off. On. It's a little bit louder. Okay. That's good on the attack and release. What I'm doing here, pulling down the output of this compressor to keep it basically in the same level as it was before in the rough mix, because I don't want to change a lot of that stuff. So we'll get to that in automation, etc. Let me head back over here to this kick out. I'm gonna grab a let's use this guy here. For this guy, we'll take a look at this kick. We're probably going to end up moving this around a little bit. I'm going to turn that off and oi. Okay. That seems about right. Well, I don't like the way that was clamping down on the beginning of it, so moved it a little bit. There we go. Let's listen to that in the mix. That's already tons clearer than it was before, which is what we want. So, snare bottom. Let's take a look at the snare bottom. We are going to grab the Fabfilter 2, roll off some low end. Oy. Let's do this. Let's grab the Neve on the bottom of this one. There might actually be a snare bottom. Look at that, snare bottom. Now, you gotta be careful with this because Chicorelli here has already, I'm gonna turn it off first. He's engaged the EQ, that button was in. He's also engaged the phase. You gotta watch that. Most of the time you will need to reverse the phase, but I already did that in the first couple videos. We already fixed the phase on this, so it's not out of phase with the other snare. But let's take a listen to this snare bottom with and without that EQ. This is off and on. Wait, that's pretty bright. Let's pull that back a bit. Now that is actually what the bottom of a snare drum sounds like, though. They're horrible sounding. Let's do it with the snare. Turn it off. Yep. I'm probably going to end up pulling that down a bit and changing a lot of stuff while we're moving here. I'm going to grab this guy. Let's see what they've got for a hey, snare. Sure. No. Let's take a listen to this and see what's going on here. Yeah, it's just controlling a little bit, and that's kind of what I want. Fast attack, or I'm sorry, slow attack, fast release. Always remember these things are backwards than you would think on the 1176. All right. Okay, that kick in is making a Let's make that faster. Probably be pulling that kick in out a little bit during the mix. So rack tom, not a lot going on in the rack tom. We need to clean up the bottom as usual. I want to get to a part where he really hits it. Yeah, let me pull some of that nasty wolfy sound down. Okay, that may be all I do there. Floor tom, same idea. Ooh. Yeah, right around in there. I'm gonna kill some of that. Okay. Now, let's head back. Let's listen to this whole group where we are right now. Sounds great.